late night shift with the Jobless Entrepreneur podcast. Hashtag your city. Let me know how you feel. You know, is it raining? Is it, groggy? Is it, low visibility? Is it bright, sunshiny? You know, where you at in the world? Hashtag that below. And state your job, what you do, what you feel like your purpose in life is. What's your superpower? All right, we're just gonna jump into it. But before we do that, I would like to say, please support shop at my website, josiefuller.com. There will be a link in the description once the live is done. And yes, I will be taking questions, but we will wait till I'm about 10 minutes in. When I see the 10-minute mark, I'll start taking questions and, answering like is whatever you guys answer me. You know how my podcasts go. It's things to make you think. Welcome to the Jobless Entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's living in abundance and your best version is you right now in this moment. And you just, work on enlightening that version of yourself, like powering up, like becoming a Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 type of stuff, or meditate and go shaman mode. So, of course, recently I've been doing DoorDash, so and it's been like on a bicycle. I like put myself to a challenge. I failed horribly, but I did not give up. The whole point was like I was trying to see, or I was working to see if I could save up to get you know an electric bike in 1 week. It did not work. You got the bills that already sit there at your doorstep or at your at your palms right now. You got to add them up and figure out how to save. Not to mention I got my actual company work that I do, josiefuller.com. I just dropped the drop a minute ago. I'm a fashion designer and an artist, so I've been working on booking more shows. But you ever find yourself at a moment where you like, yo, you just know that you need to redo the whole process, and you're like, maybe I'm gonna go to school, or maybe I'm gonna just da 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 da. But it's all an experience. It's a trial and error. Right? I just got started on the book, so theory of expansion. It's gonna be a deep one. It's a real one. You guys know I'm a deep person. I get on here and nobody's really asked me anything really besides like maybe like some family members and some random people who get drawn into a conversation and they start asking me about certain things that unlock a mess of things. Like, don't go down a religious rabbit hole with me. You're going to be upset because I'm non-religious, but I'm not an atheist. I'm just non-religious. Like, no belief in any. I mean, like, I understand religion. I understand, congregation. I understand people getting together to build on their faith and, sharing their energy or whatever, however you want to put it. Either way, that's what you're doing. You're putting yourself into a great room or a room, small room, or a gathering of people, and you're sharing like-minded ideas. God forbid anybody's in there like, no, this isn't how it is. Then you got a whole, spiritual debate, and they go to wars starting because you know, it's how you believe when it comes to those things. You kind of want to is attract people that believe that you believe. It's kind of like work life. You want to be on the same side, or you want people on the same side is your venture, or people with the same goals, so you could actually be successful. I myself work towards that, like having the same people who are goal oriented with the same life choices to some degree, or at least to the closest degree that we can all see a common ground to work together. That's how you build teams. I remember being in Atlanta and certain folks would come around and they'd be like, it look like you got a team, bro. And I'd be like, I do. I'm trying to work with the team and figure out, you know, how to utilize it to the best of its strengths, my team's strengths and abilities, matching my own, so we can all be in sync. Because that synchronicity is much needed when it comes to running your company. You know, and door dashing on a bicycle is real. I did not meet that goal of making enough to get the e-bike, but I was trying to like run everything at the same time. I run my own personal ad campaigns via my music and my website, sharing my videos, trying to shoot more content or produce more content. Haven't really been like in the studio, but I've been like staying creative, been writing and making instrumentals, maybe plotting on getting into the actual studio. Because while I will experiment on my phone, I don't do it as often as most people think I do. Like I'm not just get on my phone and get on BandLab. No, I'm spoiled. I like to hook up a whole studio. If I can't go to the studio, I get the mic, I get the, I get my freaking Scarlet or my interface, whatever I got, whatever I gotta go get a Chromebook or a MacBook or even a PC. Try to get either a PC or a MacBook, and I experiment. I know how to mix and master. Work with Pro Tools. I'm pretty extensive with Pro Tools. Pretty deep on the knowledge of using Pro Tools. I mean Logic Pro X as well. And I can use other dials like Sonar Cakewalk or whatever, or Cubase or even Audio Evolution. Like I know how to work all of that even on a laptop or a Chromebook. Like laptop, Chromebook or MacBook. It's really preference, but I like to hook up my whole studio session. I don't really play with it. I don't like doing the phone shit with earpods. I hate that. I can see if you got the whole because the phones these days you could probably hook up a whole studio with a phone. I'm pretty sure ain't no probably to it. You can record if you really nasty with it. You can record and mix and master a full song on an iPhone 16 or 17 or an iPad. We're running the latest model software with Logic Pro X, especially with an iPad, with a tablet. If you got Cubase or even if you got Audio Evolution or you got standard, you can run the free if you got like the right Android product, like one of the new Samsungs, anything keeping up with that. And technically, I can produce. I can literally get on my phone if I got the right setting, the right surrounding. I can produce a somewhat semi, you know, industry standard recording, and then but the juice would be taking it to a studio and actually mixing it down on Pro Tools on the house, mixing board and getting everything all the levels right, radio ready, good stuff like that. Diving into that, probably just pay the engineer to do that, send the sounds and hope for the best. I hate that though. I hate sending your music and you like each day is a grueling. Nah, you take that out. No, what is that? What did you add? Like, why would you put extra bass on it, bro? Matter of fact, turn that bass up a little bit. That's cool, cool, cool. Yeah, take the reverb and the dub on the voice out. That's you making me sound animatronic. I don't need that. Niggas was sounding. They had me sounding like an AI before AI. You feel me? A lot of people they just I get in the studio and they realize, oh, you don't need auto tune. Whoa, you good, bro. And I be like, I know, dude, I know what this is, brody. I do this shit, bro. I thought y'all knew this. I'm I'm a studio head, you know. I don't say studio rat because I don't be ratting on shit. I'm just a studio head. I'm the guy in the studio making hits. You just gotta be like in it when I'm in it. But other than that, I've really been just out, like on the block, trying to get it out there to the folks. I'll be like, yo, marketing promotion. The digital world is cool, but ain't nothing like real foot game and getting out there and promoting yourself to people and connecting, or at least trying, doing the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, you gotta orchestrate the teamwork effort, because it's a person out there that can connect with people way better than I can, like way more effectively than I ever can structure my physical to do so, because certain things just don't line up for me to want to be like, hey, my name's Josie, man, or hey, my name's Josh, I'm out here with such and such, such and such. I just don't feel like doing it. So I be on some check one out, hey, take one with you. I try not to say take it with you because people just want to run off with whatever product you got, but I will with a CD step out or a flyer. Basically, getting back to flyers. With the music game plus fashion. I mean, the way I look at it, you got Walmart, Target, all these conglomerate businesses. Each one of them started out, it went from paper to, digital. So, it's like, okay, and they still run the paper ads. You still go places and you still see billboards. Billboards are effective. You just got to have the money or the plug to get you a billboard. I've been working on that shit. But it's all like, yo, get this marketing out there. I'll be going through it, be like, shit, when is this going to work? I actually had a little talk with myself and it was like, yo, is you still really trying to go at it? And I'm like, yeah. And myself like, it's pointless, right? And I'm like, yeah, but why not do it until I stop breathing? Why not keep going? Like, you're saying either it's going to change up just a little bit, you're going to hit success, you're going to get what you want out of it, or either you're going to die trying, because at the end of the day, that's all we can do, and try not to go insane while we do it. Like, it's a process. It's growth. I always look at it like I used to tell like my friends I'm still in the garden waiting on the fruit to grow. You know, I always say they look at me like what, and I'll be like nothing. It's just me telling you like yo, I've been putting in this work, tending to my garden, like like self care, like taking care of your business, tending to my garden. So I am waiting on this fruit to be bountiful for me because you know it's a harvest. I'm just waiting on the fruit. Like, I can see the greenery. I can see it. It looks like it's almost ripe. It just hasn't quite got, I mean, I can't quite grasp it. It's like, in your head, you try to structure it, like circumcision and thoughts and stuff. Like, you try to, like, pinpoint the focus. Like, I did that earlier today. Like, I stopped and meditated. Shit was real. Shit was real. And I'm 10 minutes in, man. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Jax Tay. 10 minutes in. We'll take questions now about life, man. How you guys feeling? Any questions? You want to know anything about my book? You know, the theory of expansion. You want to know what it might be talking about, or you know, just don't ask me too much political stuff because I don't feel like getting into it. It's just not what I'm here for. The political shit. I mean, unless we talking spiritual politics. Spiritual politics is different. And I'm not talking about religious. I'm talking about the aspect of it. It's kind of what the book might be about. And let y'all know the theory of expansion. I mean, if I tell you what it really is, you'd be like, nah, you're going to have to read the book to really know what I'm talking about. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like stacks. You ever seen the movie or the series? You guys, anybody ever watch what is it? What is it? Okay, take this. You ever read or listened to Dolores Cannon in the convoluted theory, and then you take the convoluted theory and you bust the convoluted theory in with like 100, the first 100 series that's on Netflix, and you throw a little bit of Jupiter ascending in that, like the Jupiter ascending is gonna be important because it's the stacks. It's the stacks that we're getting up on. You know what I'm saying? You all this, you apply it, apply the teachings that you get or the lessons that you read or however you read it, the structures or however you perceive what you're reading when you get into the holy books like the Bible or the Quran. Like you stack it, like when, especially if it has an origin story of how the universe is created or comes into existence. You stack it, like you figure out how to Lego stack it in a way where you like you got the first bit of Legos is just the thought of the Legos, but you're gonna stack that thought of the Legos. From that thought of the Legos, we go into a almost physical aspect of the Legos. You stack that on top of the thought of the Legos. You feel me? This is about to get real. By the time you get to this three count, you have an actual solid version, but it's not perfect. It's just a solid version. It's not a perfectly sound bass. You feel me? But it's a solid version. Stack that on top of, what I'm saying, that form. Now you continue to stack it. You stack it until you get a tower of nine Legos up, each possessing different, like, you know, different levels of existence within them. If we want to just go with that, like, by the time you get to the third, okay, of course that's where you will find something like this. Life itself existing is, like almost a solid mass of thought of what we would want it to be. Like maybe this is what life is, and you got to learn the basics of the structures that are coming after. It's like lit. Like I'm getting chills trying to explain it to you. Read the book. Like when I drop this book, you're gonna like it. It's like crazy. Theory of expansion. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like I wrote it, and then I had a conversation with like Gemini and a couple other AI about it, and then I was like, damn, whoa. And I about tweaked my AI, and now I think like the government and shit kind of like changing shit up. Like it's weird, you guys. But I'm only talking because ain't nobody asking no questions. It's crazy. I be thinking I'm out here seeing shit like coyotes and shit like that. Different things. It be low stuff, so I be thinking it's moving like right there, but it don't. I just went live. You can ask me when my next show. I'm gonna ask you whenever. I'm gonna tell you my answer is whenever they drop that check. Whenever somebody send me $500 to $1,500, I'm doing a concert. I take 500 to do a concert. Dead serious. Dead serious. That's like enough, especially if it's close. If it's not, if you like beyond North Carolina and beyond Georgia, I'm gonna have to hit you with the 15. We need the whole 15, cause and you might have to pay room and board to get me out there. If not, just give me the 15 and I cover my own hotel. That's how I be doing my business. And I got a link on my website that can just take you straight to, the booking information, josiefuller.com. You just a link on the website that'll take you straight to how you get me to come do a live performance. So 500 for the locals, and if you want me to come beyond wherever my local base is at that time, it's gonna be like 15. I need 1,500. That'll cover my expense to get there, and life and boarding. If I decide to like stay, I might walk around the town for a while. You never know. I come and get lost in the hood for like 3-4 days. Don't even have a place to stay down there much. I'm stacking all that. Come here. Yo, we 401k and all of that, but y'all crazy. We throwing all that into the retirement. This is business to me. I have to get the estate in order. But anyway, you know, so I'm gonna ask again, like, no questions. Y'all don't want to know my theory or my take on the Anunnaki or the Orisha or any of the pantheons of God people follow or believe in. I mean, I don't really do much for me. It's all physics to me, you guys. Like everything we do is like basically sound with that physics. It's all a thought too. That's the crazy part. We can't just wrap our minds around it. My head will go on that shit. I be just riding a bike, like thinking to myself, you feel me? Any vibration will make me feel like it's an earthquake. Slight, because I be so into it, but it be so beautiful. Like even when it gets scary, it's beautiful. Somebody was like, yo, what you'll do, you see a bear? Nigga, I'm gonna look at the bear. Y'all act like this shit is the game. I'm gonna stay that motherfucker down. This is my time to go at the hands of this bear. Then so be it. But I'm about to look at this bear. We not running. Either the bear is gonna take off, or he gonna have to look at me like, why is you looking at me like that? Cause I'm gonna be like, I'm trying to make a soul tie. This bear might end up being my friend in the future. Hopefully I get to save his life so we can make it real. I watch too many movies, read too many books. I'm that nigga that think I can make friends with a pack of wolves. Y'all are crazy, bro. This is real. I'm pretty sure in my mind I can tame the lion. Elephants, I'ma ride the damn elephant. But you crazy. Pick me up. Babar. I am king of the jungle. Better get your life right, bro. Y'all go stream my music. I got a song called Babar. It's gas. It is crazy. It's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is. It's like 8 minutes. It's an 8-minute song titled Babar. It's a ballad. It's fire. Anyway, I'd be listening to my shit, but then, I get depressed and I don't listen to nobody's shit because I get mad and be like, why I ain't made it yet? The fuck? I'm supposed to be on tour. The hell wrong with y'all? I'm literally supposed to be on somebody's tour. Like, touring, talking about some, hey, baby, you should know that you eating. The hell wrong with y'all, bro? Y'all crazy. Love y'all, though. This shit is fun. I'm only here till I'm gone. I keep saying that shit. I be meaning it. I be waking up like, I think somebody sent me a message. Like, I just want to learn how to do this before I die. I'm like, yeah, what? Are you ill? Well, I understand. Even if you're not ill, tomorrow is not promised for anybody, nor is the next second. So you gotta treasure the moments, especially if they're good. If it's feeling good, you're feeling good, treasure that shit, because, a bill or a smack or bad news could ruin your day in less than a second. And you like, shit, the wrong with y'all? The universe. I'd be like, if it's an illusion or a simulation, then why does it all feel so real? I mean, it hits so hard. I'm serious. Like it just hit, like it hit you. I don't know if you get hit like I get hit every day, and if you do, it's cool. I'm gonna let you know you're not alone. But I'm thankful, like no matter what goes down, and that's why I'm like, it don't matter, cause to me, I already kind of made it. Just being privileged to exist. That was the purpose. The purpose was to exist. Most people be like, nah, you did it or you died. What you mean, nigga? Your purpose was to exist. That's it. It's you can't think on it too much because everything that you're doing follows behind that. Everything that you're doing in your life follows behind your existence, your purpose. It's been stacked. This is a stack. This is a whole nother level, a whole nother layer of a level. You know how they be like they're digging up shit and they're finding, past civilizations and old bones. Sometimes if you just pay attention to it, they're trying to erase it in so many ways, but or rewrite it. It's not really erasing, it's rewriting. And then hiding some of the other stuff or doing whatever you got to do to it. Like, let's just bury it in a vault at the Vatican and say it never got found, type shit, you know. But you know, then you got the media and shit. What's going on and everything? It's like, what the hell is going on with this world? You would think that it would all end just abruptly. You people so crazy because they like, yo, 3 AI Atlas is aliens and da 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 da. Technically, it could be. I mean, if we was to like really literally think that the Sumerian texts were true, or like all of that stuff on Gobekli Tepe were true, or the calendars, if we really was like, yo, this shit for real, then we should be looking up around this time, probably like somewhere, and seeing a faint red star, like that just apparently seems to want to get closer, like literally seems to want to get closer, and by the time in one of these years, it should be close enough for us to actually realize that that motherfucker is a whole planet, and it's kind of here, and then things get sticky. Either that, or maybe 3 AI Atlas is swinging around, and that's the Atlanteans who came from the Nibiru, and they just coming back to warn us about some shit, or chill with us, or bring their version of whatever heaven was supposed to be, because that manipulated the text. So now don't nobody know what the fuck it is. I mean, we know what it is, but we want to believe in the fairy tale. I mean, shit. Who wouldn't want to believe in that shit? Fairy tale, heaven on earth, and da 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 da, utopia, da 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 da. Nope. Look, before I even dabbled the Illuminati, I read the Bible and said, "Oh yeah, aliens." I said, "Yeah, these are definitely aliens." I was like, "Let me get out of this church. I already know what this is. They're trying to cultifize me, like cultanize me. I'm just gonna be in the cult of whatever this is. I don't think this is where I need to be." The universe said, "Into the wilderness, boy." You gotta understand, into the wilderness ain't even what you think it is. It's not like living in the woods. It's like living away from traditional means of society, whatever you see. So even when you in society, you just don't convert to things that you know are not true. Like you just know, like it's like watching a movie. You don't believe every movie you watch. You don't believe every all that shit. You just watch it and be like, yeah, that shit just a movie. You understand that shit. Now some of that stuff you be like, yeah, life is like a movie, and life is technically that movie. We're all playing that script. Even me, you know. I may be the one to actually have created the whole thing and just forgot about it and said, fuck it. It's something that's amazing. If they ever catch up to me, they'll thank me then in whatever lifetime is necessary for me to be thanked. But anyway, maybe they just thank the spirit. Just every time it becomes. You got to read the book. It gets weird, man, but you're all weird. I'll be riding around seeing people digging up their noses. Normal. But seeing traffic, they just be all up there. Motherfucker just be, I'll be like, damn, I'm on a bike just looking at motherfuckers like, oh, they just digging in their nose. Like, them motherfuckers is digging for gold. What the fuck? I do be wondering, like, yo, what would happen? Like, how would the scenario go? Because they painted so many different scenarios of invasions of aliens in so many different ways. Like, you know, they make you kind of be like, if they came the right way, you would be like, oh, it's angels, it's God, they come back for us. But if they come the wrong way, or if they come like semi the right way, you'd be like, oh, it's Anki and then live them people. They say they with the Nibirukians. They came from Nibiru a long time ago and seeded this shit. So, and they helped out with it, and yada, 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 yada. And you'd be like, okay, cool, cool, cool. Y'all ain't coming the fuck off. But you remember the movie The Martians? How yeah, 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 yeah. I'm pretty sure. And like what was the movie with Will Smith in it? That shit just don't leave a feeling in your stomach of aliens come, like, like Independence Day type shit or Predator, and like we stupid, so we gonna pop, we are gonna bop, and we got some high tech shit. I know we like really waiting, like it's like we probably need some dumb shit like some alien invasion to stop us from going to a world war, because then we'll just be united against whatever the fuck that is. Like, yo, who's them? Who they nuke? Dog, nah, nigga, nah, ain't none of that shit. You come for what? Resources? Nah, we need your resources. You gonna have, nah, type shit. We already ready. Emotions high and shit. Niggas is ready to buy. We'll probably throw something at their spaceship. Boom. Get to throwing shit. They hit us with a laser. Boom. Cause it's a thing. I'm with some of the other higher scientists. He who has technology to fly through stars has technology to blow one up. So I'm gonna leave their asses alone. That sound like bad business. It sound like, and I don't watch some crazy movies about alien invasions, and I'd be like, damn, that shit seemed like we would lose horribly, but it would seem like what the fuck. But the 100, that shit was crazy. And the craziest one I watched was 100, where they actually went across and they got, but they was, that's some sci-fi. We do that, it's over. You know what I'm saying? That's next level. You thank God that you was able to go that Buzz Lightyear to infinity beyond type shit. 'Cause life is too short. Blink of an eye. But in the blink of an eye, you can wake up tomorrow and your ass be on in a whole nother star system and not know what's going on. Yeah, how the hell did this happen? Theoretically, it's all just a theory. We could glitch through like a wormhole and not even know it. The whole planet. The crazy part is shit like delusions and shit like that sometimes takes a few years to even take a couple effects. Take real effects. You start seeing with environmental changes on a heavy rate. Like the realest ones would be like catastrophic events that pop off. Like, they talk about it right now to keep you aware of things like Yellowstone, and, the major earthquakes that take place in Europe, the fact that the poles are moving north. Most people don't really want, well, they move back like a kind of sort of, like most people don't even pay attention to the fact that the poles done switched directions. Like they've already swapped. Like the inner Earth's core has already switched. So the whole thing is like once it switches and it catches up, you're like, oh shit, what's really gonna happen? Is the Earth gonna stop? It's all off observation, because some of this stuff is just bigger than us, and it's only bigger than us until we understand it, and then once we understand it, we become bigger than it, like, because that's when we're able to, you know, tilt the odds. You know, it's just all like writing your own destiny. Like God got the plan, but you got the pen sometimes, and you gotta. We see that we chiseling out our own faith. Like we sit down here, all high and mighty. People be giving birth and taking lives like they God, but then want to go pray and then speak blasphemous lines and shit, and got them contradict themselves and not realize how great they actually are in power, and not realize they actually do need to practice more discipline with life, because we be doing stupid shit for no reason. Like, and that's just from my observation point of view. With life being so beautiful, like the earth itself will try to kill you. Why should we continue trying to kill each other? That just be one of my main thoughts. I'd be like, damn, shit, it's crazy. We so crazy. I guess it's only human. I'm only human. Don't blame that shit. That's you. That's what you really wanted to do in this existence. You really came down here to learn control over that, so you could be more defined, with your order and your structure of existence. But, we are all forgiven for all things that we do in this shit. Still gotta atone for the dumb shit we do in this shit. Don't make sense, but it's what it is. It's what all these shits is about, with your spirit and your soul. If you get that right now, you get the living right in a spiritual manner, and you're able to get along, we can actually build things greater than the pyramids, greater than any temple seen thus far. We can go even harder, bro. We can get started on space stations and gutting out planets and shit, and you know, go hard or blow up. Shit, pay attention. That whole theory of the sun expanding, that shit is a fact. That shit is violently flaring right now. It's not expanding, so to speak, but it is flaring on a motion to where she could glitch any moment. I would feel like we should just be ready for anything stupid. Like, not to mention we be glitching out. You know what I'm saying? So we should really be trying to address that. We need to give the world therapy for real. I agree with that. I agree with that shit. Some young boys running in, pulling out a switch with a button and just boom, 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 hitting everybody. That's some fucked up shit. That is not. It's not funny. But it's like we watch so much, and we've been nullified. We just be laughing at the shit like it's funny. Like that shit is not funny, bro. That shit is not cool, bro. Like, hitting a bullseye at a target at a, what I'm saying, shooting range, that shit cool. But hitting a baby and a mom crossing the street, that shit is not fair, bro. That shit is not, you didn't even give them a chance. I know most people ain't shit anyway. You probably was, see, that's the darkest side of my mind, and it's October. I was about to say the darkest shit ever. Like, bro, you could just imagine the construct of what I was about to say, but just know it's about to get dark. It's the balance in me. I keep trying to tell you guys, I'm here till I'm gone. It's beautiful either way. It was beautiful then. It's beautiful now. You know, and it's not like it's gonna be an end. It's not a beginning to begin with. So how can something end that never began? Never began to begin with. We just started saying it did. You just listen to it. Fishies in the pond became sheep in the meadow. Somewhere there's this motherfucker that say he the shepherd and he's herding you to enlightenment and taking you to heaven with Jesus. Drink this Kool-Aid. You get it? I love you guys, man. Book Josie Fuller at josiefuller.com. Stay up. I'm gonna go rest my legs and get ready for in the morning.